Hello everybody, this is Mac and this is version C of the Rearranging Formulas video. So I have a worksheet that I'm going to work out for you right now. Now if you just stumbled across this, if you haven't yet already, please go to maxtutorials.com. You'll see a lot of information there on really anything having to do with algebra. Like and subscribe to this video, that would really help me out. All right, let's get going. A equals LW and we're going to solve for W. Well, what's in the way? The L is in the way. The L is being multiplied by the W, so I want to, and I'm going to use capital L because otherwise it'll look like a 1. Okay, and so these cancel out, and A over L equals W. Okay, and that's just an area problem for it. Looks like a rectangle. Okay, perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, and we're going to solve for the L. Okay, little bad spacing right here on how these problems came out, so I apologize, but we'll work these out. Now, on this one, I have two terms. I have a term here and a term here. So you may see the 2L and go, well, I'll just divide by 2. You're not allowed to do it until the term is all by himself. So my first step is actually, I'm going to subtract the 2W on both sides because my goal is to get that 2L alone. That's going to take care of this. Now on the left, I'm going to get P minus 2W equals 2L. Now I can divide by 2. So now do I do the P or do I do the 2W? Well, the answer is you do everybody, okay? You do the entire side. So my answer is L equals P minus 2W all over 2, okay? You can write that as P over 2 minus W. There's different ways you can write it, but right there is fine. Okay, C equals 2 pi r. That's a circumference problem. So I want C all by itself. Whoa, okay, interesting problem. We're done. Well, that was an easy one. It's already written for C. Sorry about that, guys. Not sure what happened. Y equals mx plus b. Maybe they're just trying to trick us into trying to do some weird things. All right, so we're going to solve for b on this one. So b has to be by itself. This one's actually a little easier than you think because watch, I have a term here and a term here. I can't do anything with this b until the mx is gone. So I'm going to subtract mx from both sides because that's what it's doing. It's adding to the b. So I'm just going to subtract it. Okay. And so once I do that, I'm going to get, these are going to go away. And I'm going to get y minus mx equals b. Well, now what? Well, now I'm done. I already have solved for b. B equals something. It just happens to be on the right, which is okay. Number 9, A equals 1/2 BH. There's a triangle area problem. We want to solve for B. Now, when you have a denominator, we're just going to multiply by whatever that is. Okay, these are going to cancel out. I'm left with 2A equals BH. And I'm solving for B, so I'm going to divide by H, and that's what will get my B by itself. And I get B equals 2A over H. Okay? Let's go on to number 11. V equals U plus AT, and we're going to solve for U this time, okay? A lot of these formulas we see in the other versions, but we solve for different stuff. So now if I want to solve by U, again, I have two terms. Your first step is to subtract so the term is by itself. So I'm going to subtract the AT. And once I do that, they go away. V minus AT equals U. Well, I'm solving for U, so guess what? I'm done. I don't have to do anything. The U is by itself. I'm trying to make the U not look like a V, which I'm having a hard time doing. I'll go with that. Okay, number 13. R equals 5C minus 2D. And we want to solve this for D. Okay, well, I have two terms. And again, I can't divide by that -2 right now because that 5C is in the way. So my first step is to get it to where it's only one term. All right, so they're going to die. This becomes R minus 5C, sorry, some bad writing there, is going to equal -2D. Now I want D by itself, so I'm going to divide each side by a -2. R minus 5C over -2 equals D. And that is the answer. Okay, let's go on to the next column over here. Let's go to number 2. D equals RT, solve for R. Okay, well, the t is in the way, so I'm just going to divide each side by a t. Boom, they die, and R equals D over T. Boom, pretty easy. 4, V equals LWH, and I'm going to solve for W. Okay, well, I want W by itself. Now watch, everybody's being multiplied, so I can just divide by my L and my H. Okay, and once I divide by my L and H, watch, they cancel out and they cancel out, and I'm left with W equals V over LH. Now I've solved for W. Number 6, I equals PRT, and we want R to be all by itself. Same as the one before. The P and the T are multiplying, so we're just going to divide by the P and the T. And I chose the P and the T because once I do that, look at that R. That R is all by himself, and I get I over PT. Okay? Number 8, F for M. F equals mass times acceleration for F. Huh, it's already done. Okay, it seems like the problem was trying to trick us into moving some things around. It's already solved for F. Number 10, K equals M plus 2, M plus N over 2. Again, this is just one fraction, so it's only one term. So we can start multiplying by the 2. And once I do that, 2K equals, remember that's like a 2 over 1, so they just cancel out. And what's left over? M plus N. Now I want N by itself. It's being added with the M, so we're going to subtract, not multiply or divide. We're going to subtract it. 2K minus M equals N. And that, my friends, is the answer. Number 12, P equals 2L plus 2W for L. Okay, well, I have two terms here. I can't get this L by itself until the term is by itself. So this, the 2W, is what I have to move. So I'm going to subtract 2W from both sides, and I'm going to get P minus 2W equals 2L. Now I want to solve for L, so I have to get rid of the 2. So I divide the entire side, not just one of them, the entire side, and I'm going to get L equals P minus 2W over 2. Okay, and lastly, Q equals PR minus S, and I'm going to solve for S. Well, let's take a look at this. I can subtract the PR, because remember, I have two terms here. So when you have two terms, you're going to add and subtract to the other side. So if I subtract the PR, here's what I get. Q minus PR equals, now here's the trick. What's left over? Negative S. Well, I don't want to solve for negative S. I want to solve for S. Well, remember, that's like a negative 1 over S. So what do I divide by? A negative 1. All of them. And now here's what I get. S equals. Now, when you divide by a negative 1, all you do is change their signs. So what's Q divided by negative 1? It's negative Q. And what's negative PR divided by negative 1? Plus PR. And that, my friends, is your answer. Okay? All right, so you could take a look here. Use this as an answer key, or, well, I guess I have an answer key below here, don't I? Okay, and so, by the way, this last one, if you wanted to, you don't have to. But S equals, sometimes it looks weird to start with a negative, so you may have wanted to just switch these around and went PR minus Q. It's the same answer, so these say the same thing. I just move the terms around so it leads with a positive. Anyways, so this right here would be a great way for you to learn how to do these. So that's all I have right now. So between version A, B, and C, hopefully you feel really good about, moving, rearranging the furniture, moving the letters around, knowing when to add, subtract, divide, multiply, and come up and solve for a letter. So if you get that, you're in a really good spot. And I'll see you guys in the next section. Keep doing good.